Spinoff of ASC. I think we're gonna call it MC. I
Okay.
think that's appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
MC. Boys are not here. A lot of reasons. Stubbornness, which I think is fair, and this is also kind of a test. So, couple things. Oh my god, why is my mic sticky? I touched to move my mic and it would stuck to my hand. I'm like, why would this even be sticky? Like, what?
Why wouldn't it be sticky, sir?
I don't know. Somebody's shoving my fucking mic stand up their ass. Now I'm worried.
Come on, dude. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. The crazy shit always happens when you're not around.
So, the first thing we did on Man Club that we decided to do was something that was recommended to me by somebody else entirely, actually. So, a third-party recommendation, which is Killing Bites. He actually recommended the anime, but he said that don't expect it to be anything deep, that it's pretty shallow. And I think that's pretty appropriate. It is kind of shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty fair.
there's not a ton in there that's trying to be deep, but it also doesn't even try to be deep. So it's fine. But well, it does hit some sensitive topics real fucking early. So
Just give it 2 panels, yes.
yeah, only
Just
takes a
bam.
couple,
I think it's the second page. The first page kind
And
of.
then it comes up again at 10 and a lot.
It kind of comes up too often. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of personal feelings being pressed through this show. Personally, but
Honestly, the most I think of it in the beginning, it kind of reads like some dude on the side of the street is trying to sell you on honey badgers. He's like, yo, man, have you heard about honey badgers? Yo, honey badgers, man.
They can live
Here's
in
the Bible.
any environment, any. Okay, and hey, if they turn into a human, they don't wear clothes and they have giant.
Look at her, she's fucking fine. It's a fine ass honey badger.
And don't worry though, she doesn't like clothes. Everyone else wears outfits. She does not. That's one thing I.
She doesn't like. No, I think she said she doesn't like wearing clothes because they always get shredded.
Maybe, but it's like.
And like the reason she's not wearing clothes in the beginning is because of
the beginning makes sense. What literally happened
because her shit was shredded.
Yeah, that made sense. But
After that,
it
though,
kind of stopped making sense. Why she's just. It's like
I don't think she cares.
Then next scene, she's in her underwear, and it's like, but
Yeah.
you were just dressed. You were just fully dressed last screen. This doesn't make sense.
She's also new to it too, unlike Tiger. Cheetah.
Yeah,
Cheetah and some of the others.
Well, she's
So like
supposed
she
to
doesn't
be,
have.
but
Even
then
Cheetah didn't have her outfit.
Then she gets super mad though when Cheetah steals her underwear when she doesn't care about her outfit and her clothing.
I mean, I'd be pissed if somebody stole my underwear.
Yeah, but you care about clothing.
I think if anybody stole something that wasn't mine, that was mine, I should say. That if it wasn't mine, I wouldn't have cared. But if it was mine, I think I'd care. I feel I have a feeling that might have to do with something with her personality because they keep going on. That's the one thing I actually don't like. They go judge personality types to the animal and they try to match personality with animal.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make a ton of sense for most animals. Like, for instance, crocodile. Does he like to sit in the water a lot? Like, what is crocodile's personality type, and how does that match with him?
Well, you can't really match most. Like it's hard.
Hippo, he's fat.
Really, yeah, right. Like that was literally.
That's his personality type is fat.
It's kind of a very fucked up point in all honesty.
I mean, sumo works because it's like, oh yeah, he's got a good slap, and bears kind of slap a lot,
he's
so bear.
super strong. Like that was the only one that made a ton of sense.
Well, the honey badger one makes sense to me. It's just like cheetah. Was she a runner before? Why would what was cheetah? What was Leo? I mean, I suppose if he's like I suppose Leo would have, if Leo is like a character type, because we don't actually know what his character type is yet.
Yeah, we haven't really.
If Leo's character is kind of like Death Note Kira, that would make some sense. Like
I guess
the
so.
like the I'm trying to dominate everybody kind of thing. That would
Yeah.
make sense, I suppose. But overall, most of them are loose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's like a lot of animal personalities can't be put into
Oh
a
yeah, no, totally.
personality and be a good personality. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the issue they face here. It's like, yeah, no, it's like they're kind of accurate, but they're still kind of just shitty normal personalities. Like,
Hey man, the dude
no, you
really
can.
liked honey badgers and had to make it work.
Oh my God, yes, no, he he pushes off his fetishes so hard in this. Like,
It's
again,
kind of funny.
look. You want to press your fetishes? That's fine. Just write a doshin, please.
I
Just do
think
the
he does
doshin
it
you
in his
want
off
to make.
time. I think this is what he does for
He
fun.
probably does. He
Probably.
probably does. But it's like just make a doshin. Like it's kind of just like really, like
I just love how every new fight they give like another panel, a couple panels for like that animal explaining it, and then there's more for honey badger. It's like, oh, man can't
Oh, yeah.
stop with the honey badgers. It's
No,
on a roll.
he can't shut up, and he has to bring out the same points multiple times. Like we don't know about the honey badger's ability to adapt. You mentioned it like 2 chapters ago when he mentions it in there. Or is he mentioned? It's mentioned again, I think, in 9 with the signals, right? And that's the second time they
so.
mentioned. I know that.
But it's like adapting in different ways of like how the first time he's like, oh, they adapt to any situation, and then the other one was like, because they can adapt to any
Oh
situation,
yeah. It was
they
the
can
cosplay
move and
first
find
time.
different things in
Yeah,
the fly.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. The first one was
So
the
he just like adhered it
cosplay,
to that new
which
concept of
again, you know
the
what? I
DR.
wouldn't have minded the cosplay thing if it happened after the DR.
I thought that was
Rather
funny.
than like it's like well, just again, like I wouldn't have minded it, but the problem was like they didn't give you any time to forget about it. It happened the immediate chapter. It's like no. Would have been funny if it's like the DR finishes, they get home, and then it pops up, and you're like, oh, I forgot about that. You know what I mean? Then it would have been fine, but that's not what happened.
My
You
favorite
know, it's
part
like
about that was the beginning of it. Like it was just kind of to me that was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's putting that so the shelf can like, it's not clickbait or like buy bait, I suppose you would call it, or some shit. Where it's like,
yeah.
because you saw the inner covers of it, the thing that would be on the store shelf, the covers of that piece, where it's like, do you want a kiss or a kill, or do you want me to kiss you or kill you, master? And she's in the maid outfits. So I think that's what that was for, is to be like a buy bait. I don't know. I don't know what that would be called. I know it'd be called clickbait in videos, but I don't know the manga equivalent of that. Because those are always a bit like off of what actually happens. But I did like the beginning of that where the fat friend, let's just call him the fat friend, is sitting there and he's like, you didn't tell me she was into furry cosplay. Starts getting all serious.
Yeah, no, okay. That was really funny when he brought that up. It's like I just wish again they would have pushed the next chapter back a bit because it was so quick. It's like it would have been so much better if you forgot about it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, right? It's like and then it pops back up, rather than just having it immediately re-thrown in your face again.
Yeah.
It's
but
like,
I like the concept of him running around in a hurry immediately after the event, rallying everyone together. It's like, yo, furry cosplayers, let's go. Get your shit. We're going right now. That's why I was laughing at that the whole time, because it's like immediately.
It was still funny. It was just I just felt like again it's like just push that back a little bit and it's just so much better. You know what I mean? Like you make it 10 times better. But again, it wasn't bad that they did it up front, but I just felt like it would have been better.
No, I understand you. I totally understand.
That's kind of my feelings there. But
the weird thing to me about the main character is that she's a rookie, and that's kind of what, like, for instance, the fact that Cheetah's like, oh, you don't know, let me explain this stuff. Granted, happens off screen, so thank you, but I didn't want the training montage of, and here's how you get your ears to pop, and here's your arms.
Well, she learned instantly when she saw the cheetah do it.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, thank God I learned. Yeah, that's when she learned, yeah. And then when she
because then she took her away to the restaurant and they told her.
Yeah, well, then on chapter 10, after she did the signal thing, she's like, thankfully I learned about these partial transformations. This is so convenient. you know, and it was like.
But why though? You're on the DR. Everyone knows.
Yeah, you can just fully transform. It doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, that's why
You
I'm
know?
kind of confused. Like, is there? Why are they not all transformed in the DR? Like, I guess like the hippo makes sense because he's like even fatter. But
yeah, I mean, maybe it drains your stamina being transformed.
Maybe
It hasn't been explained, and that's kind of the issue. You know,
yeah.
that's really the issue. Is that hasn't
We
been
haven't really gotten to the part where they're like, and here's the reason why they have the powers.
exactly. It's more just like here
Well,
are
we
their
got the
powers.
reason as to why we don't get the reason. Like, they haven't explained how the powers work yet.
That guy hasn't been on screen. The doctor who makes them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like he's on screen for like what?
Briefly in the beginning. Yeah.
In chapter 3, when he's like, "I'm gonna leave her with you," which.
And then
again,
he starts licking the screen. Oh no, that was the other one.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
But then that brings up my biggest personality like flaw of her, the main character, because they kind of like have her, like they want her to be a tsundere, but they don't. It's like just do it or don't. You know what I mean? Like they kind of make her act like a tsundere, but she's only half for tsundere when she mentions this guy. You know, it's like it's, and then they try and make her like do the super cute scenes. Like just make her a fucking tsundere normally. You don't need this. The professor has to be associated mechanic. It's awkward. It feels so awkward. You know.
Thankfully, the professor is like barely involved.
It is. It's barely involved, but it still bugs me. You know. I mean, just either do it or don't. Go all in on an idea. Don't try and dance around it.
That actually ties into one of my things I like most about it is how I thought the side character was going to be the same gimmicky, intolerable side character Tagalon, and I'm really, really happy. He's just kind of as a pushover and is literally just doing everything everyone else tells him to do, or she tells him to do. I really appreciate that.
Oh no, I don't.
How
I
he
don't
knows
mind
he's
that.
useless and he's like, "Yep,
yeah.
I exist."
Oh yeah, it's like here's a DR. Oh, like here's a newbie. We're gonna completely destroy him. Oh my God, she's telling him what to do. Like,
why didn't no one think about this?
You're like, wait, what? But that's like a player telling their coach what to. Oh.
Wait, they have eyes in the field. Shit.
This makes sense in this situation. You know, it's like,
they don't
oh,
just
this
get the
makes
brief
perfect
overview.
sense. Then he learns a little bit more about the honey badger and how it's able to form symbolic relationship with things that it didn't need to or weren't interested in it just because of its ability to just adapt
that was
to
during
its
that was during the cosplay thing.
No, the honey one was later. The cosplay one was adapt. Then they mentioned it again, and they mentioned a symbolic relationship it has with something else, so where it's able to find honey in the ground, and they're like, that's a symbolic relationship it's able to develop because of its ability to adapt. And it's like, but you already mentioned this point earlier, so why mention it again?
I want to get to like chapter 55 and still he's seeing those pop up like he's digging through all the honey badger facts.
Oh my God, it's like, God, dude, like
that'd be fucking hilarious.
You fuck a honey badger at home. Congratulations.
I wouldn't get my dick anywhere near a honey badger.
Hey, you know what? He's tamed one. Okay. He paid the money. He got a domesticated one. It worked out. Okay. Now he's writing about it. About how it would be.
Hey, I learned a bunch of honey badger facts. Like I didn't know honey badger's fur is chitinous.
Yeah,
didn't know that.
There's a bunch of good facts in here. You know, it's like, and most part, I really don't care. They're usually brief. They're only maybe a page. You know.
And honestly, since it's a manga, you can just completely skip the panel.
You can very clearly tell. You can just move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big issue. It isn't like an anime where they're sitting there for 5 minutes talking about a honey badger's ability.
Speaking of which, I told you this had an anime.
You did?
Guess who made the anime?
Who?
Amazon.
Ah.
Yeah. Amazon did the anime.
That's why I never heard of it. You don't hear of any Amazon animes that are not, what is it? Kabuteri of the Iron Castle or something like that. Like, that's the only one you've ever heard of from Amazon. It became popular.
I'm so happy somebody at Amazon was like, yeah.
I am so shocked with how liberal of a company Amazon is.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
This would get through. They are like the most liberal company.
Dude, it's actually accurate too, apparently.
And like, I just can't imagine how this got by, or how did higher
I am
ups
so
like
interested to watch it. I
two
can't wait.
episodes come out, and the higher ups are like, kill this, kill this, kill this, kill this now, kill it with fire.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, it's like, how did this not
Oh,
happen?
I am
How? I
so
don't
excited.
understand.
So, like, if this shows up on ASC, don't be surprised.
I
Because
I wouldn't be. Yeah,
I'm so curious to see how this gets translated.
yeah, no, I'm curious too. Actually, like
Because,
it's
like,
like
and how far does it go? Because I know I've seen, as I typed in Killing Bites for this one thing, I saw the snake scene with Cheetah. And it was frame by frame. Perfect. So, I want to see how far it goes.
it's Amazon though. How
I
did
know,
this
that's what makes it so
happen?
great.
This is like twice as bad as when they created the AI to have more diverse hirings and it ended up being more racist than a southern redneck. You know, it's like what? And then they changed it again, and they were like, "Good, this should fix the racist redneck syndrome." And it got worse. It's like, but how?
Look, racism is programmed by artificial. Racism is an
That
inevitability.
was one of my favorite things ever. They spent like 6 years working on that, and they're
Oh,
like, "All right,
God.
let's do this. Plug in all of them things. Like we're done with all the simulations. Real hires, 100 people." Like, oh, these are all men.
Oh,
It was
no.
supposed to be about 50-50. This is 90-10. Ah, females are getting marked down for these 7 words, including one of them being female. That was -5 points, I might add. They're like, okay, let's take away all
That's
these
funny.
minuses. 10 points for this all-female college. Okay, that's gone. And they removed all that. And then the system was like, well, I ain't hiring women because they don't have as consistent employment history.
Oh, God.
Why would I do that? So that became a negative 35 points. Pretty much all the other ones
Oh.
put together. You know, it's like,
I
we
saw that.
can't
Reminds me
fix
of, like,
this.
years ago I was talking with some dude, and he went off about, he's some small business, well, not small, but medium business owner, and he was going off on, like, how women in the workplace was actually has always been, like, a huge contestable issue. The reason is male employers are scared to promote women because they tend to get pregnant after a promotion. And that is a notable trend. And then you have to give them leave with the extended pay in a position that you now cleared up for them that is now open because they are pregnant. And
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
you can't
oh, that's an
properly-
awful
and
situation.
you
I can
can't
totally
properly
sympathize.
fill that position either because you can't give
Ugh.
up their place in the workforce.
Because
So
you
they'd have a
can't
job
force
to
them
come
out
back.
because they're pregnant. It's like, oh, I can.
Yeah,
I
well, I mean, it
100%
makes
understand.
sense. They get promoted, they go out, they celebrate, they forget to tell their boyfriend to put the condom on, and they get pregnant because they're drunk out of their face because they went out drinking. Makes
But it's
perfect
like I
sense.
can
But it sucks.
from that perspective I can see and understand it, and I can see how how an AI would see that and be like, well, that's an inconsistency. That's not good.
Well,
And
it's
it's
not
like,
even that. It's
yeah.
just the AI didn't even get to that point. The AI just saw like from 18 to 30, men on average are just more consistently employed. You know what I mean? Women have more natural gaps besides even pregnancy, which again, it's another big one because that's 9 months you can't work.
Google
You
deep
know?
mind Google
Bam.
deep mind sexism. Just like,
Oh
all right,
my
here we go.
God.
Problems
Hey, you know
coming
what,
out.
man? I'm shocked that didn't come up. They didn't play against Scarlet, the one female pro gamer. For
Oh
StarCraft 2.
God.
They only played against male. How dare they? How masochistic of them. How dare they only target men and not play against the female Zerg
The men
when they
weren't
were
even the
programmed?
they weren't even the
only
best players too.
Protoss.
They were just like
One of them,
up
Mana's
there.
like a
Oh
top.
yeah, one of
Mana's
them
like
was.
the second one was. The first one was an off racer. The first one was
Yeah,
a really
yeah,
good
yeah.
Garen player.
He
It
was just
destroyed
doing what he
him.
thought was good for Protoss. Well, what he knew.
Oh,
was good
he
for
was
Protoss.
screwing around with it. He wanted to say, okay, how does it respond to this cheese?
Yeah.
You know, sure, let me try and macro up the second game. You know, like he was mixing it up. And then Mana's like, okay, I'm going to cheat your first game. That didn't work. Okay, I'm just going to hardcore micro now. Oh, you just out micro.
It can out micro you. It's a robot.
It's like, oh, it destroyed me. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is bad. Let me try doing this. And then he kept trying to adjust other big strategies, and it didn't work out
Do
quite
they
as
only
well.
do that with Protoss?
It's only programmed for Protoss versus Protoss, yes, on a specific
Okay.
patch. That's the thing.
Ah,
I would have loved to see introduce her because I would have loved to see the burrow mechanic.
yeah.
Like recognizing
Actually
there's
being
no
used.
like there's no like they notice there's no overseer there, so they start burrowing their units as they get low,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and then popping them back up when they
Oh
target
god, it
something
would be
else.
like
Like,
fucking an
oh,
ultimate version of like not groundhogs, but whack-a-mole. It'd be
yeah,
like oh my
exactly.
god.
It'd be terrifying. And it'll
And
be
they
able to
get
do that
up
with like a
and they notice that when they notice that the targeting has changed, so they unburrow the units at the moment that the targeting changed and restart firing so they get more value. Holy shit.
yeah,
That'd be
exactly. I'm saying,
amazing.
like it'd be beautiful. I would love to see that. You know what I mean? Like what the potential would be in that regard.
That would actually be really awesome to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Sadly, I wouldn't like to see Terra. Anyways, back to killing bites.
Killing bites. This
Yeah.
is weird because I usually have like a consistency, and I
Hmm.
know the points that I'm gonna talk about usually with an anime because that's big into. But with manga I've noticed that like you don't have much of there's not many screen issues, and there's not really any set issues because the dude's drawing it for a while. He knows how it looks and how it's gonna look when he's finished, just about.
Yeah,
Unlike
there's a
an
lot of
anime where you have a bunch of
consistency
people
there.
working on
Yeah.
it and a ton of errors can happen.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of a little bit more Englanded, and plus, when I kind of get the feeling the dude who writes this really likes working on this.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
he
know if
definitely does. He definitely
because
does.
it just kind of shows at moments of like, yeah, he
Oh,
really
you
likes this.
you mean the consistent upskirts with the most detailed drawn tail I've ever seen.
Oh, that tail looked great.
Oh yeah, that tail was
I was looking
amazing.
at that for like a minute, like, holy shit, that tail is so
No,
fucking
I
good.
know. It's like I'm sitting there skimming through it. I'm like, okay. Like, wait, what the fuck? Let me look at it. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit, dude! Like, each strand of hair was drawn in. It was like, holy crap! You know, like that
There's
was
multiple scenes
terrifying.
too of it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh no,
wow,
it was like freaking every other page of the chapter.
he really likes the fur.
He
And you know
did.
what?
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not gonna lie, the anthros look pretty good in this. Like,
Yeah.
as far as it goes, considering that you can have varying degrees of it,
Hmm.
actually probably is the way to go, because then you could have scenes like the cosplay scene. Yeah, it's fine. So where was I? Oh yeah. So because you have it, so you can go full anthro when they're fighting, so you don't have like little cuties fighting each other
Yeah. Yeah.
when they're actually fighting, because it would look more hilarious than anything if Tiger had little cat ears and just like longer nails, rather than actually having his full paw there, which would make it look a lot dumber.
Yeah. No, that's true. That is very true. But
So I
I'm
actually
gonna
like
jump
how
back because there's something we actually didn't really talk about much. Was like the beginning, which was actually kind of a funny thing. I'll give him credit there with hijacking her and then the kind of potential rape scene. Then
oh
they're
yeah,
even like I love it because they got the other guy there in the front, like, hey, you're an accomplice, bro. It's too late to go to good boy route.
you're stuck in this
You
now.
know? It's like you
And
gotta
they're all
do it.
doing like the blah 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 blah
Like
face.
sticking their tongues out, and I don't know. That bugs me is that she played along for so long, and then she just pops up front. Oh, can you hit the gas? I killed them all.
Yeah, hit the gas. Where? So
What happens if you
yeah,
want
she
her? I'll
says,
kill you
"Ma'am,
too.
where's all the other guys? Oh, I don't know which one you're talking about, but they're all
They're all
dead."
dead.
And it's the only time you see like super detailed gore too.
Oh yeah.
It's you see like
Oh yeah. They
heads
got
cut
the
open, and they play it off as a crash. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, people don't get cut up with a crash.
yeah. Nah. But again, hey, you know what? They could play it off as a crash though, as long as they never let anyone see the bodies. In all
Oh, yeah.
honesty.
And
You
there
know
is
what
a
I mean?
pile
Like,
of bodies by that graveyard.
yeah, I
by
mean,
that
it is
junkyard.
the human corpse graveyard. They can find a couple people, dismember their faces, and be like, this is your son." You know, that's very plausible with the amount of corpses that were there. You know?
Mm.
So it's like, and he comes out and he throws up on another body. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And then he's telling it to Leo, and he starts vomiting, and he's like, "Oh, I hate you." Oh, that's great. He's like, because at first he's like, "Oh yeah, it's probably a work of a hybrid." He's like, "What? Their bodies were all torn out." He's like, "Oh." I didn't get the point where he called him an idiot. He said that. He said that. He's like, "What'd you call me an idiot?" And I looked back through. And I was like, "Huh? I didn't." Maybe that was a weird translation.
No. Let me see. Oh
Because
no, because he says this isn't the time or place for that stupid crap. When he says it's the work of 100, he says no. This isn't the time or place for stupid crap like that. We got a problem, and all the corpses, and he's just like freaking out, asking if he has a phone. He's like, "Stupid." Did you just call me stupid? And he just fucking snaps and transforms in front of him. He's like, "Uh-oh."
Oh crap! I'm dead.
He's like, I would throw up. I had any vomit left. So
that's actually that's actually one thing I already said this, but I do like that about that character because there's characters like Puck from Berserker, where I don't like. But the only reason I tolerate him is because the person who writes Berserk, I said Berserker earlier, the person who writes Berserk said literally, he is the only reason I can continue writing Berserk, because otherwise it's such a grim, dark, dreary world that I have to live in, and I would just hate it so much and get depressed and never want to write. I'm like, all right, you know what? If that's how you work, that's fine. And if you need that to continue writing, sure. I'll tolerate the character from now on. But normally, I really hate these side characters. Like, really hate these side characters. Like Sakura in the beginning. Really hate Sakura.
Really good comeback story, though, for a character, though. I'll give her that.
But an awful first show. Like,
I don't know. It's like, it depends how you see her. I thought she was great comic relief. I thought she was really, like, funny.
Was that supposed to be Naruto, though?
Yeah, it's like the whole internal monologue she used to do. I used to think it was really funny. So I didn't hate her like everyone else did, but I could see why people was like, she's so annoying, she's useless.
See, I was all for Ino. So whenever that argument was happening, I was like, yeah, Ino, you win.
Yeah, no, you'd go with Ino.
You win that.
You'd go Ino over her. I thought Sakura was good comic relief. She was a character who kind of did her humor different than most comic relief.
However, I do really like her when she starts turning under Tsunade. Then I like her.
Yeah. After the
but then in the beginning of Shippuden.
Then after the Sasori fight, that guy skipped during the Sasori fight. Just fuck that. Yes.
That is so annoying. She gets so many. There is thousands of puppets running around with lethal blades.
Let's not dig into that.
And she somehow lives that, even after getting hit 4 times and using all 3 of her chances. She lives. It's infuriating. Oh, man, the lengths they have to go through to make Sakura beat that guy is just... Whew! You had to really work to beat Sasori. You had to really work. Oh, man, that whole part of Shippuden is horrendous. AK. Back to Killing Bites. Ah, fuck. What did...
This is another weird scene that bugged me, though. Like, when he first meets her, he says both of our odds are 100. But you have 100 wins. She's a rookie. You would be the favorite. There's no way you're gonna have even odds between someone.
Well, that's what they say, though, don't they? Because I remember that line of like, well, you're a rookie, obviously.
Yeah, 100 are the odds.
I think that was a translation error. I have a feeling that was a translation error.
Maybe.
I don't know. I bet it was a translation error. Let's just say that.
Randomly wants to make him her pet. That was also.
She likes the submissiveness, weird. I guess.
Maybe. I mean,
she can just tell him to do whatever she wants, and he'll just do it.
Yeah. I understand.
So it kind of. I mean, she already threw his entire body on the line during the Leo fight of like, this is my. Oh, you know what it was? It was 100-0 odds of everyone is betting for Leo. They weren't betting for her. So since she put up her own bet with his organs, then that became 100-1 because you could sell all this kid's organs because he's young. That's what it was. And then the fight could happen. And then she won the bet. Oh, yeah, and then they take the money, and they bet it for her to continue. Yep, got it. Okay, that's what that was.
Then they take that money, and they use it to bet. For her to go into the
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's how she actually gets to continue fighting in the Killing Bites. And then there's a sub... That's weird. They have Killing Bites, which is the main thing, where they compete. But then they also have a subcategory where they compete for representation, which is Destroyer Ra.
Yeah, the DR. Yeah. You would think that would all just fall under the Killing Bites thing.
You think? I would think that would be like a part of it.
Yeah, you would think it would just all fall under the same thing, and that's just the more official.
But it's
competition,
actually a
like,
separate thing. Like the main thing is they fight for
Yeah.
money, and the second one is they fight for rep. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the first one
I can see it.
they also fight for money in the second one, but yeah,
Well,
I get you.
yeah.
But yeah, it just felt weird. It feels like they should have been the same thing, just like
It
this is
should
the
have, yeah, it should have been like a
big
continuation
Killing
of
Light
it.
tournament, has finally arrived. You know what I mean? Like, voila. You know what I mean? And then that would have been fine, right? And it's like the DR or something completely different. So,
She drags a whole clan into it.
well, the
'Cause she goes in.
the clan approaches her and says, "Join us."
Yeah, well,
Okay.
they don't want her to go into the DR though, because they know they're probably
I
gonna lose
know.
it.
Oh, I understand that, and that explained the
Yeah.
whole scene later, when she tells the guy, "You need to not have her in it." Like, if I tell her no, she'll kill me.
Kill me, and then she's like, "Oh God, he's a coward. He's a spineless coward."
Like, what? You don't think she's gonna murder him? Like, come on now. She
Yeah,
can
it's
kill
like,
him, take
well,
the money,
first
and
off,
go find
she's
somebody
gonna
else.
murder him, and if he tells you no, you're probably gonna murder him, but you're probably less likely to murder him than she is.
I have a bigger chance of living with you than her. Because
So I'm
you
gonna
will
tell
most
you
likely
no,
kill
and
me.
her maybe.
She will definitely kill me, though. So 99 compared to
that was
100.
one of the scenes where I was like, all right, I can tolerate this character now.
Yeah.
Because he's just so like, yeah, no, I'm just a supplement for main character. I don't really exist. And during the scene where he sits down at the DR and everyone's shit talking him, and he's just like, yeah, I did it. And he thumbs up in the middle, and everyone's like, what the fuck is he? It's like, he knows she can't see him, right? What the fuck? He's just so out of his element. So I did turn on that character and was like, yeah, all right, I'm fine with him being there.
That's because they were willing to put him in situations he didn't belong in, and they didn't change him for the situations. Like, he wasn't there.
Which makes him somewhat
like, a lot of the time they'll have a character like him, and they'll put him in a serious environment like that, and he'll sit there and try and be as serious as everyone else.
And he'll try to pretend he's not even attempting.
Yeah,
he's even sitting there. I remember, like, he moves. The person does an obvious movement, and he's like, wow, that's impressive. 3v1. Clans working together to defeat a strong opponent. I wouldn't have thought of that. And the girl next to him was like, this guy is such a fucking idiot. I hate him so much. I'm going to kill him myself. And it's like, is she your teammate? Is she his teammate? I don't know. She looks like the girl that was... She is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's in, like, charge of the hippo or some shit.
Yeah.
Or the other girl that never got introduced before the DR started.
Yeah. Hippo, the alligator, and the other random, now dead person.
Well, those aren't working on... Those just all of a sudden started working with him. Those are from all different clans. Because they were all from different clans, and that's what he was talking about. Because they were all grouping up to go after Tiger. And they're using Hippo as bait because he's big, fat, and slow. And Tiger was just going to walk over there and kill him real quick. So there's like,
yeah.
It'll work. Which, by the way, you were shit talking Croc. Croc does some shit in 11. He actually does some
when
shit.
He grabs the ankle. Yeah. When he like bites onto the ankle.
They actually did stuff with the Croc.
I gave him that. Yeah, that was cool. Like, that was nice when he did that. But it was like, beginning, it was like just the way he approached the fight. Like, it's a tiger.
Well, even the gorilla was like, yeah, you got to get serious. You can't be joking around here. Oh, that's what Crocodile meant by you shit. Don't fucking say that. Oh. Because his plan was to get knocked out and look dead so he could... Oh, I get it. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that just came together for me. Ah, look at that. So that's why he was all pissed off at Gorilla for saying, hey, you got to get serious against this guy.
Stop fucking around.
Got it. Yeah, because he was...
Yeah, I mean, he got lucky and Tiger got distracted by the call, or else that wouldn't have worked.
Well, that was the whole plan, was to get Tiger to move, and then for Crocodile to death roll him until his head blows up. That was the plan, I thought. Which, honestly, good fucking plan.
That is a good plan, yeah, because once he tells him to move, he has 3 minutes or he's dead.
So just fuck up his leg until then, and you kind of got it.
Just fuck up his leg to the point where he can't leave any area in 3 minutes. I mean, that's very possible, to make that happen. So,
Cheetah comes in. Should we talk about Cheetah scenes? Where does she start? She starts by stealing the main character's panties.
She started with the character panty scene, yeah, and then she disappears until this next scene. After that's all done, after the
she
Navy
trains,
outfit.
and then she does the cosplay thing, which we already talked about, and then she goes to 10, where she gets snack rape, and
yeah. She gets.
Then
it
continues slightly at 11 until Honey Badger shows up and comes to save. Their names are actually like Brute Ratal, Brute.
Yeah, Brutal Ratal, Bruta.
There's a lot of Brutes and a lot of R's, so I'm not even attempting to learn their names. In fact, even the fucking characters themselves call them by their animal: tiger, bear, cheetah, Leo.
It's easier to write.
It's much easier.
Doesn't remember half of those names half the time. I have to look them up. Like, what the fuck did I call her back in chapter 3? Ratal. Okay. Thank God I had
a couple characters don't call her but that actually being said, they actually don't call her Badger or Honey. They call her Ratal usually.
Yeah, Ratal.
They actually call her name.
He also calls her. I know the other guy calls her Hitomi. Is her?
Oh yeah, Hitomi-chan. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's I guess is a human name, kind of close to Honey and Badger.
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe that's just her actual name before she became Ratal.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because these were all humans. I thought they were going to be lab babies. And it's like, oh, these were actually humans that were just injected.
The only one we know that isn't is the sumo wrestler, in all honesty.
Oh, yeah. I guess
that would explain her infatuation with the doctor.
The doctor. Yeah.
You know, because she was a test tube baby. You know, and he's basically the only person who's ever been in her life. So it would kind of explain that. But neither is confirmed nor denied. So
that fucking sumo bear was great, though. I loved his entire story and lead up of like,
oh yeah, that was fantastic.
This is a foreign sumo wrestler, so he's working to prove his worth. And then he got it through the tournament and won everything. Won the finale with one slap, knocked his opponent out of the ring, and then a desperate fan comes up and tries to assassinate him,
and then stabs him because he must be cheating. That's the only way.
And then kills him in one hit.
The fan in one slap. Again, I loved the dudes, like when he walked up and talked to him. Like, you should be a bear. You slap.
Yeah, no, you're totally a bear.
He's just like you slap like a bear.
He looks fucking good too when he becomes he's kind of fat as a sumo wrestler, obviously, because they're kind of fat.
Yeah,
but like when he becomes a bear, he looks really fucking good. He's like fit and ripped, and it's like shit. You got fucking.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's a huge plus for you.
I liked him. I like how he looked in both forms. Actually, the way his outfit looked, and it was detailed. Like a lot of detail was put into his outfit. It wasn't just a very bland kimono. Like they had creases, they had the shade from when it would fold over each other. Like it was a surprising amount of detail put into his outfit. It was like
there's a lot of work put into this character, all leading up to one funny joke.
Him getting murdered.
It's just like even Leo talking him up. He's like, "Yeah, I wasn't ready to fight Honey Badger. So Leo, how'd you actually? What do you think? What's her weakness? Well, her weakness is that she's overconfident in her defense. So you have to kill her in one hit. Get rid of the factor of the defense, and you win." And he's like, "You should be fine because you're the bear." No, wait. You're the legendary sumo wrestler. And he's like, and he gets all pumped. And he just goes for it. And he's like, and he relives that moment. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill this girl. And then just insta-KO. Like, oh. Just like, that made me start laughing because it's like all that lead up into one hit KO of I made a mistake. Just like, so great. And even Leo's like, fucking idiot. Fucking believe me.
Can't believe you actually listened to me.
I was lying to him, but he thinks I would tell him the truth.
No, I'm killing that Honey Badger myself. Fuck him.
That was great. Normally, I don't like it when you lead up a character that much and just toss him out the window. But for something like that, was really good. I don't know why. That payoff was just great, though. It was just like, oh, shit. Just falls over. There's one thing we haven't actually gotten yet, is we haven't actually gotten...
back to Leo. I think that's why that was so great and enjoyable.
Oh
If that
yeah.
happened, then they go the next panel, just bam, it's right back to Leo.
Yeah.
You know, just boom, and he's like, "Wow, I can't believe he actually listened to me."
That's one thing we
Boy, I'm
actually
gonna
haven't
kill
gotten
Honey
so far is
Badger.
we haven't gotten a lot of like dragged out fights, which I have a feeling are right around the corner actually, though.
Yeah,
That
well,
are
you got
probably
the
going to
two
happen
v
in the
one
DR.
right now with
Mhm.
Snake Guy and his partner.
In fact, I think the longest fight we've gotten so far is Tiger with the 3 people.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
probably the longest fight. Because usually the fights are really short.
Technically, if you want the panty scene chase, you want to count that as a fight, that would be.
I don't count that as a fight.
Yeah.
I count that as Cheetah dicking around with her. Speaking of which,
That's exactly
I thought I like Cheetah for the one reason is because I always thought like she was going to be a one-note character, and it turns, which actually had the reverse effect, which kind of made me chuckle, where when they were both walking back from the scene, and Honey Badger's like, I like that was great, and Cheetah's like, really? You like that? I mean, alright, if that's what you like. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I fucking hated that sucked. I was like, really? I thought you would have been the one that would have been like, yeah, look at me, I'm a sexy cheetah. Oh. It's like, well then. Because the Honey Badger is more into that than you.
Come on, man. It's all about his abilities to adapt to unfamiliar situations.
That's fucking hilarious. I love how that was being brought up during that moment.
Yeah. No, it was like, really? That moment? And then you got the other guys, and they're like, I've never seen her smile in that. Like, bitch, you've watched her eat pancakes.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
exact
never saw him
same.
smile like that.
That was
In
the
which she's
exact
like,
same.
I'm kind of turned on right
that
now.
smile was the exact same smile from when she eats fucking pancakes, because she eats pancakes the next chapter.
To be
And
fair,
that's the
I'd get
exact same
turned on
smile.
if I ate some pancakes too that were really good. So you know what?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like when he said she's never seen that face, well, I'm bullshit. You've seen that face multiple times already. Okay, and both times you've seen it, you're like, oh my god, she looks so cute. Is your response both times you see that face? I don't blame you for that response, but that's been your response. Don't tell me you've never seen that face before. Okay? Now, if it
She
was the
looks almost
background,
like a normal girl. I could almost forget about her ripping people to shreds.
her
Wait,
murdering
no,
all
I
those
can't.
guys I barely
Oh
knew.
God,
No,
I'm going to
no.
die.
No, like he told the scientist, he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't really care about them. I barely knew them. They randomly called me and said we needed a rape getaway driver. Well, I meant a getaway driver.
And then she
I meant
says,
a
"That's
driver."
bullshit. You were wearing the mask and everything." And they're like, "I don't think he was wearing a mask. Maybe, maybe he was wearing a mask."
I mean, he wasn't wearing a mask. He was up front.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
why
she was
would
just
he-
trying to like shit talk him to be like, "No, he's actually bad. Don't leave me with him." It's probably what it was.
Yeah,
Probably what that was.
probably. I like how
Otherwise,
completely-
that doctor would be some kind of fucking awful if he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this girl. Actually, no, he wouldn't be because she knows that she's like invincible.
and,
Speaking of which,
like,
we don't know if hybrids are like, how durable are hybrids? Because Tiger in 11 is surprised that Crocodile gets back up. Which, to be fair, his intestines were leaking out. To be fair. One of his intestines was
fair.
leaking out.
Yeah,
And he's
that's
like,
a
holy
fair-
shit.
Yeah.
And then they show on like, oh, well, Crocodiles have incredible resilience. I'm like, thank God they're giving Crocodile more play.
The
'Cause I was, like,
problem though,
actually-
was the bigger issue with that was it was more about their resistance to bacteria.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't help.
But it
when
also
your-
said like crocodiles
when
get
you're-
injured all the time.
when your liver's on the floor though.
His
That's-
liver wasn't. He was missing his intestines
joking.
was a bit
I
out.
know. It was his gas. I understand what it was. I was joking.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like his intestines were on the floor though. That's slightly different than being immune to tetanus. You know? Like,
To be-
okay.
It's weird though because like Leo looks like he's recovered his arm almost entirely by the
Yeah.
time the DR starts. You don't see his hand actually, so you don't know if his hand's still fucked up. But I'm pretty sure, like they're so resilient that they just can grow back missing parts. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Namekians.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. There's lower, less effective Namekians. I like that logic. I'll stick with it.
Oh man, I I had a long discussion with somebody a couple days, a Japanese person no less, on like why Boo is so much worse than Cell because both can regenerate. It's like, it boiled down to me repeating 100 times, like, Boo can regenerate infinitely for 0 cost. Cell actually had the Namekian cost of a lost stamina when he did it. So it did make more sense when Cell did it, and it was fairer, although I don't like when an enemy can get blown up and just regenerate. I hate that. But still.
Well, especially to the extent both characters were blown up to.
Yeah, but it's like the Namekian. Oh, yeah, that was awful. I hated that. That part was bad. I'm talking about like when he gets blown to bits in midair from like Goku or Vegeta, and he's just like, shit, this hurts. And then reconstitutes himself and is like, all right, now I'm pissed.
It was Goku when he did the teleporting Kamehameha. I blew like half his body up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh God, what have I done? I have made mistakes. I don't know, probably whenever I think about Cell now, I think of Team 4-Star again. I can't help it. You know, I have
the original Cell is so bland and generic.
Whoa. Like I loved when Goku first appeared to him, and he just pops in. He's like, I have so many questions. Why? What is this? Pops again. Oh, I'm gonna grab Piccolo too. What?
Because, yeah, seeing Goku for the first time, I was like, hello? Who is the third person that just showed up that has a power level equivalent to a galaxy? Hi? Where did you come from? Oh, I was just over there sleeping. What? Yeah, and then I was eating. Isn't there more important things to be? No. Oh. Just like... Seeing Goku's great in character, it's just fucking hate that fucking situation he's being put in. Downturn since Cell. It's been so disappointing. It was fine with Cell, and then even Boo was like, alright, he ended it quickly at the end, so didn't get too much of Kid Boo. But fuck. Boo was bad. I've seen videos popping up recently saying, like, on YouTube, like, the thumbnails being like, why Cell was the worst arc and why Majin Buu was the worst arc. And it's like, wow, now? Really? Like, 20 years late to the debate? Cool, alright. I guess.
Oh, Super has brought attention to a lot of things from a very small, eye-open part of the fan base.
Because you can't do that on Super, because otherwise you'd be there all week.
Exactly. I think everyone realized, like, we're not opening up this, we're not digging into this hole. Let's dig into the more focused holes they've had in Z before they made them bigger.
Before the magical land of S-Cells.
Before they introduced Angel's Cause of Death and Xeno.
Characters that all make the show pointless. With their existence. Yeah. With their existence! Fucking Black Goku, Jesus Christ. Anyways, back to killing. So awful. Fuck. Tiger, crocodile.
It was really cool again, the plan to kind of trap him. And then Hippo finally sits there, he's like, I shall now try and do something. Like, you've been standing there the whole time.
Yeah, like, Hippo was the one character I didn't like his anthro form of. But then when he bends over in 11, I was like, alright, I can see it. That was the one character I was like...
It was still kind of weird when Tiger attacked him. He's like, you pre-transformed just your back. His back didn't change though, but when he fully transformed, his back is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So questions here. I don't think you'll want to answer.
Okay,
so
I can just talk about Porcupine. I liked Porcupine a lot.
Oh, I hated
Porcupine. I thought that was funny.
Oh, you see, like this is kind of my issue with this show. It's kind of what Porcupine. Because it's like you introduce it and it's like there's so much. It's like, again, I don't mind fan service. Okay? Fan service isn't very important for the start of a show. 99% of mangas would die without fan service at the beginning. I understand that. But there is a fucking limit between doing fan service and either pushing your fetishes on us or you just are not confident in the quality of your work and you just need to throw more tits in our face. And I feel like it's more of a lack of just confidence. They like doing it, and I don't think they feel confident, that this can last. So they throw more and more fan service because then what you had the tits from
Mhm.
her, you had Hitomi show up in her underwear like always, you know. Then
Mhm.
the next chapter, you had the panty scene. Then the next chapter was like 6 ass shots. Again, the tail was done amazing. I give him
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah.
But again, every great tail shot was an ass shot, and always up, and always an upskirt. Okay, including when they were doing important monologue about the DR, which okay, sure, give us then back off a little bit when you're telling us the important shit.
I think he
Don't be
really,
so
really,
stuff.
really, really likes the idea of the perky tail with the skirt. I think that's one of
You
his
know,
favorite things in existence.
it probably is. I understand that, and I understand that. Where it's just more like he's just writing out his fetishes, and that's fine. I just again, it's like it's only been 11 chapters. And there has been like 30 panels of fan service, 40 panels of fan. That's a lot. There is a lot of fan service.
Hey man,
There
after
are
Snake gets
20
knocked
of
out, you ain't got much left.
you know what I would be surprised if there wasn't. We all know, okay, when his partner changes, it's gonna be some other weirdly awkwardly sexualized animal that's gonna pop out of her.
She's wearing like a
Okay.
full suit though. I don't even
Yeah,
know
and
what she would be.
when
She's
when
strong,
she
but like
when she
anyone's strong.
transforms, that suit's gone, and we both know it. She's gonna be a snail.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I don't know what it would be.
Like,
She's gonna be a fucking snail. That's gonna be like,
I don't even know what she would.
fun.
I'm trying to think of what she would be now, but I can't even begin. It's like Rhino.
Well,
No,
most
she's
of
not
them
big enough.
you really can't visualize most of them. I mean, Leo doesn't
Yeah.
look like a lion. You know, what I mean, the hippo guy could make
He kind of
sense.
looks
The
like.
bear guy kind of made sense.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
Bear
mean?
was. Yeah, that was a
The
solid one.
gorilla
But
guy, I was
no,
not
he
a
was out of
gorilla.
left
I
field
was like,
totally. I had
I
no
was. Oh
idea.
no 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 no! I realized during the ass scene, like he was.
Oh,
I
you
thought he
mean
was
when
a
he's hanging up on the?
chimpanzee.
I thought he was gonna be like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
a monkey or something.
chimpanzee. That's what I was
I
thinking.
didn't
They're
think
like
gorilla
gorilla. I was
though.
like,
I was not thinking
I'm
gorilla.
like, I felt like he needed a bigger physique for
Yo,
gorilla.
totally.
Like that kind of surprised me. I was like, okay, this guy's a chimpanzee. And they're like gorilla. I'm like,
And he's like, sorry,
yeah.
couldn't hold back my arms anymore, crocodile. It's like, what? Where'd this come from? You are not this
Yeah,
character,
so,
I thought.
so it's like you have really, really surprised me on what you have done. Touche. I'll give you that. That was good.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
again, that's like one of the
congratulations.
moments of like personalities and body types, which works perfectly for people like Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it, and I'll give it a yes on Leo, because I can
Okay.
kind of see
Yeah.
the whole
No, you
Kira
can
thing.
see it.
Tiger, I can
it
see.
now. Yeah. Like most of
But
them, you can
like,
see it, but for the gorilla one, like no, I was expecting like for a
yeah.
gorilla, like it'd be like some really upper, like not a fat guy, but very upper heavy. You know,
Oh yeah,
like the
like
sumo
what you would
wrestler,
expect to
but
be
just
like.
all in upper torso
Mhm,
muscles,
yeah,
though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where you know, it's like just
Not
from
some
his
skinny
his
like
full-
20-year-old office worker.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, with the glasses and everything, like he just totally didn't fit the look. And
Mm.
he's like, you know, he's kind of the one extreme exception so far,
Yeah,
where he
that's been
looks
like the one that's been way out
nothing.
of. Because even Snake
Yeah,
looks pretty on point. Like you say that character Snake,
yeah,
you go, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that
But
makes
he's
sense.
small, scrawny, kind of got
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Honestly, I also
you
thought
know.
that the girl was going to be Snake. That's who I thought
I
was
was
going to be
thinking
Snake
that's what I
immediately when
was
I saw
thinking,
that. Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Because
too.
usually snakes are like they usually end up being, but no, they went with the guy, and they also made him
Yeah.
super. See, when I knew he was rapey, I thought he was gonna be like one of those monkeys that were
Mhm.
all about sex for everything, and I was like,
That's
all right,
yeah, that's kind of what
that's
I
what
was
he's gonna
thinking
be now.
too.
And it's like
Yeah,
Snake, and I
like
was like, but snakes
yeah,
don't really fuck a
mate like
ton.
that. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too when
That
he
I
first
would have
appeared.
been.
Like,
That's the one thing that puts me off in that character is I'd actually be fine with it if it was one of those like monkeys that does everything with sex. If that was the
yeah,
case, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But
that makes
because
sense
he's
now.
not that, it's just weird for him to be Snake, and it's like
Yeah,
eh.
like,
I mean, I get that he can restrain people,
yeah,
but
it makes sense for the raping aspect, but for matching the personalities, this is kind of the
yeah,
weird case of not doing it intentionally.
hmm
You know, like yeah, we're not matching him here. You know, like that was really weird. Like, because he could have easily have been a snake. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He always hides in the shadow. He's calculating. You know, and he strikes you. And his first strike is your vitals. So his first strike's his only strike. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Bam, you're dead. You know, very very simple, easy, so easy to write. You know what I mean? Especially since the first scene is literally him just looking through the telescope.
Yeah,
You know,
perhaps.
you could just yeah, but I mean, you didn't even say that. He could just him closing the thing, and then he doesn't say anything. Instead, it's like,
Mhm.
God, she's got a nice ass. I'm gonna fuck the
I
shit out
could
of her.
smell her
Hold on,
from here.
form. I can smell the pheromones from here. You know what I mean? Like, you take that exposition out, he seems more like a snake. You know what I mean? Just closes it and he goes away.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it was a weird like crossroads there that could
It
have went
super felt like he
accurate.
should have been a monkey or something that's like
It's
really into that.
something, a
Maybe
horny
a
toad,
dolphin.
whatever. I don't know, but there are plenty of like mate heavy animals out there that are
Yeah, I
not
think Snake was
the
not one of them.
ace. Isn't a cobra asexual?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I'd have to look that up. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not
I'm
doing
not
that yet. I'm not going to the in-depth animal analytics on this yet. All right.
come on,
I
man.
haven't
You're
seen
supposed to
enough
be.
of a cast.
You're,
I already know
you're
the wolf is gonna come in and gonna be a complete fucking jobber. I'm not prepped for that. Because how this show's going, it's like, all right, well, if Lion got his ass handed to him, I can't really expect Wolf to do much.
like,
So it's like, oh, he's gonna get fucked.
Lion only got beat like a bitch in the first chapter.
I do
So
like how that first fight goes down though, where he starts pummeling her, and
yeah.
and she just like finds a moment and rips off a piece of his hand. He's like, shit, what happened? I do kind of like that
No, the fights have been done pretty well so far, even for being short
for how
fights.
short they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of short fights, like personally.
Mhm.
You know, I've said this before. I just don't like short fights. I like longer fights. They give the fights more impact. Short fights it just doesn't have the impact. It's like watching a boxing match and seeing the guy get knocked out in the second round.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
like
the
you just end up disappointed.
that's
I
the
mean,
they yeah.
they
That's
did
a
a
big
good
problem
job
with this
with
because
these
in the
ones.
beginning,
They did a good
yeah,
job with these ones so far. I'll give them that. You know, all the fights
most of them have
made
had
sure they've
like
had moments
an
with
impact,
the
and the
important
damage that they
stuff.
cause to the bodies makes it
Mhm.
mean more usually. Even if they could
Yeah,
just regenerate, it's still like, well, he's missing like half his arm.
yeah. He's still missing a lot though. You know, it's
Yeah.
like he still take a lot of
So
damage
he's
from this.
out of
So
the fight regardless of what happens. He's done for
yeah,
this one.
yeah. He can't show up to the next fight,
Hmm.
which was fine. You know, I could live with that. Um, you know, so the fights haven't been bad, but it's just again, it's a style of fights I don't like, and I understand every fight can't be 3 chapters, and that'd be illogical, and I'm understanding that.
Hmm.
But the big one should last a while. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen here when they get down to the big fight where she fights Tiger, because
I can
obviously it's
tell
gonna
you for a
happen.
fact, like when I was skimming through the shit to see like,
Hmm.
does the rapiness continue to the end? When I was skimming through real quick to see like, is this an ecchi manga actually? And it's just actually a hentai. And towards later, it's just like surprisingly amount of plot in the beginning, and there are some like really big fights
Surprisingly,
that I saw
surprisingly,
that
a lot
spanned
of
multiple
fights followed
chapters.
by a lot of rape. It's like, there's a lot of plot, and here's a lot of rape. You're welcome. Like,
For
huh?
those that are interested in plot heavy
The,
rapes, it's like, whoa,
the
specific market here.
19 the 1990 hentai market. Really weird.
Oh man, was this 1990?
No, no, I'm talking
Okay.
about the old
Oh,
hentai used to be
oh,
more like
oh god.
it wasn't just like man walks up rapes girl. They had a story, they had plot. It was weird. Then the rape would happen, but it would be so weird still.
Like that old gif of the horse saying,
Yeah.
"Your resistance only makes my penis harder," and you're like, "Whoa, this got serious quick." Okay, so shit I liked about Porcupine. I do. It doesn't really make a ton of sense, but it was just kind of there. It was totally there for fan service. I do agree, but
Mhm.
like the luring him in with the porcupine shit was kind of funny, I thought. But then I thought about it. I was like, wait a second. She's like hyper advanced. Even if a porcupine is slow and fat and doesn't really move a lot, I'm pretty sure she could. She's been advanced to the point where she could just chase him when she's in
She
the
wouldn't
area,
even
doesn't have to
chase
lure
him.
him in like
He
that.
could just walk up and stab him in the leg. He wasn't expecting her at all. He was completely unsuspecting. She told him to turn around. She could have easily stabbed him in the back of the leg and got the exact bolt. Like, that's the thing. Like, her flashing him just changed nothing. That's my issue with it. It isn't like it led to something. It changed
She
absolutely
does get
nothing.
actually completely covered, I think, or like covered to a good degree during the
Well, they
fight
have
though,
the
when she goes
star
combat
nipples.
form. Yeah.
They have the stripper stars. But it's still the concept of it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like it changed nothing. It brought nothing to it. Like in the first chapter, reason why she was clothed, yeah, because that followed the whole rape thing. They ripped her clothes off of her. It made sense. You know what I mean? Which then, okay, that's fine. With that one, that was just purely, hey, here's some big tits in your face. You know, that's really what it was. Because then she stabbed him in the leg. She could have just walked up and stabbed him in the leg because she just transformed her finger into a pine.
Mm-hmm.
So she did that. Literally changed absolutely nothing, and that's what annoyed me about it. That changed.
I like how that fight ended though. Of like, I'm so impervious to any damage, you can't win. And then Honey Badger's like, yeah, all right, thanks for the acupuncture. She's like, what the fuck? And then she's getting pissed off and ready to go at her again, and Hippopotamus just runs in and knocks her ass out in one hit, and he's like, oh, that didn't do much to my fat. And it's like, wow, that character was such a jobber. Like, she was so weak.
Yeah, right? She got
and was
knocked
talking
out
herself
by
up so
Hippopotamus.
much.
It's like, oh god.
And then the hippo just knocked her out in one hit.
The hippo knocked you out. Damn. I mean, I guess
Not
that
even
was
transformed, mind you. He was fine.
Yeah. Oh no, he was in human form. Yeah. Oh, I understand. Well, he probably partially transformed.
Transformed his arm and then charged. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I don't mind a partial transformation concept, except when they don't show you that they're transformed, and they're like, "Yeah, he just transformed," and they just leave it.
That one you can assume because he was watching it happen. Is like, "Oh, gotta get in there."
Oh yeah, no.
But like the back one, he probably had no idea Tiger was there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way he knew Tiger was there. It's a tiger hunting a hippopotamus. That tiger's gonna get the first strike.
I want to see him get to the river now. I want to see him do something. No, like Hippo and oh my god, that could be such a cool fight of Hippo and Croc bringing Tiger into the river.
Yeah, right.
That'd be an awesome fight.
Well,
I would love to watch that.
There, but that would be nice.
Yeah, I want. Well, because that's what Hippo was saying. Is like he wants to get into the river or something so he can do his full potential. So I do want to see that, and I do want to see Hippo do something because Hippo should be like the most destructive creature in this entire. Because the whole gimmick that even Honey Badger says, like, all that matters is having the strongest bite, or the most lethal bite.
The sharpest fang.
You cannot get a more lethal of a bite than a fucking hippo.
Yeah, but his fangs
Hippos cause more fatalities than almost any animal.
He has a lot of power. Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't have the speed. He's the full power transformation in DBZ.
I mean, you know what, man? If a hippo wants to run straight through the woods, there aren't a lot of things that's going to catch him. Okay. Now, do you want him dodging between trees? No. He's a hippo.
Probably
He's
not.
going to go through those fucking trees. But still, not a lot of things are going to catch him.
It's like why are people shit talking Hippo so much? It's like that seems like a good one. I mean, not a good one for like you during your daily life of like, no, I'm so fat. But like everything else in terms of fighting, I think you got a good one there, buddy.
Yeah, no, man.
For how big I thought Leo was.
Maybe there's a personality conflict there. Maybe there's some secret personality conflict that brought up later, where his personality didn't quite mesh well with the animal. You know, because I assume there's some failures. I can't assume everyone's a perfect.
Yeah, probably.
Some of these ones have to fail. I'm assuming he's going to be one of those failures.
I'm assuming the girl that they're with is probably going to be a jobber. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had no lines up to this point and was just kind of standing around like, hi, I'm here.
I'm a kind of cute girl. Please notice me.
Yeah. I know I'm standing next to people who are half naked, but I exist.
I have clothes. I have clothes on. I know what clothes are.
Does that win me any points? No? Okay.
Damn.
I'll continue having no lines in the background. What? All my panels were cut? Oh.
Damn you, Arthur. How dare you do this to me?
I only have two. Oh, they were removed for more Honey Badger tail shots? Alright, understandable.
Oh.
That is a good tail. That is
I
a
can
good tale.
understand. That's very detailed. You're gonna have to
He's-
reuse an. You know what? If you're gonna have to reuse an asset, that's the one. Okay? I had to. I'm sorry. I had to pull a poison there. I couldn't help it.
So,
Yeah.
we don't really have much else to talk about this because I think we covered pretty much everything.
We got through most of it pretty well. Yeah.
Almost
Hey,
every
so
scene is pretty
one
much.
one other
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
The power of these companies are proven really well, man. Early
Oh
on.
yeah, that was funny.
When they turned around and they're like, "Okay, honey," she's like, "I'm gonna start going to school." You're like, "Wait, what?" And then from that moment to when
Oh
they got
shit!
to school,
Yeah.
they turned it into a bring the high schooler to school day.
Mhm.
In that like 40-minute time span, they made that at a public event. That's kind of terrifying, okay? It isn't like she's an exception. No, just any high schooler now could just walk onto that campus
Yeah.
anytime during that day. From
And the
40
college
minutes.
is like, you brought a high school girl. It's like, I'm
Well,
sorry, master. I'll leave you right now. That was so good. I love those characters are so stupid and they're like otaku fodder. And
Yeah.
like maybe it's my lack of seeing those characters too much and shoved down my throat.
Well,
but
that's gonna
honestly,
be-
like them and the
the
dude with
rule.
8th grade syndrome and fucking typical high school romance. I
Mm-hmm.
fucking love those characters for some reason as like
Well,
little
you know,
tiny
you know-
bit piece characters.
Yeah, they're not there for long, and they're just
Mhm.
completely off the wall. They're fine, but it's like either they're not
Mhm.
there, or they want to make them a mainstay. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like, but here it's like he's obviously not going to be back for a while. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, they're
He's
gone
not
for
gonna
a long
suddenly-
time.
He's not certainly going to come back, and you're going to find out he's one of the masters, or
God.
even one of the beast people themselves. No, you know, do it 8 grade
Yeah.
syndrome. He shows up twice. You know, and both times were comedical gold. You
Mhm.
know, like completely ridiculous.
The
and that's
serious
great.
panel of him lifting up his eyeglasses. So, she's a furry cosplayer, huh? When
Well,
did you
it was
decide
great.
to tell me this, master?
was
I will
great
kill you and
before
become the
that.
true master.
Well, it was like right before they said like, "Oh, I'm so fucked." He saw her transform. I'm
Yeah.
so fucked. I'm so fucked. She's a furry master. Why didn't you tell me? He's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's that.
It's like he's kind of disappointed. He's like, how stupid can you be?
You super fucking reminded me of the of an awesome scene that I actually partially fell in love with this for. You can tell this author went to a fucking college so unbelievably hard because he nailed the you're in a bad class fucking environment so fucking well. Of just like no one's paying attention. There's
Yeah.
barely anyone there. The professor doesn't give a shit. Everything's awful. And you just hate it.
Yeah, when
And she's like, I
when she's
fucking hate
thinking
it there.
about
I
it.
fucking
Yeah.
hate this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he did that too well.
He nailed it, man. Half the students were asleep. You know,
Playing games or doing some other shit. It's like, God.
they either were asleep or had their phones in their
No
hand.
one's
you know,
taking
and
notes, and the professor
professor's
himself isn't even there. It's like,
sitting
God.
there, is like looking at the paper. He's like, what's on Netflix? What am I gonna watch on Netflix tonight? Ghost in
Oh
EB,
my god, he
Tiny
fucking
Bikini?
nailed that so well.
Maybe.
I saw that and I was like, God damn it, I like this guy.
It's
like-
like, yeah, no, he got this. It's like, I didn't go to college, but I know he nailed this. Like,
Oh, that is exactly what a bad class is. I can 100% tell you. That is like,
oh yeah.
whew.
No, I knew it immediately just because of the way the character was talking. It's like, oh yeah, this comes from first-hand experience.
Yeah.
You know, like most authors, like they'll just show you the room and they won't talk about it. But the fact that he talked about, it, like, oh, he's going from some dark place in his own mind right now. He has some dark memories of college right now, man. Like,
Yeah. Where he's like,
You know?
oh, I hated college. Also, main character, college student. So, hey. Oh,
There
well,
you
no,
go.
no. Apologies. Main character's actually a high school student. I take that back. Secondary character, college student. Grats. But
No
it's
longer
something you rarely see
forceful.
because usually they're all high schoolers. Usually.
Sometimes middle schoolers, sir. If
I
the
hate
story-
those. The
if
younger
the
you
story
go,
isn't-
the worse it gets.
If the story intends to go for multiple life years, they make them middle schoolers, so they don't have to worry about the Bleach syndrome where Ichigo graduated school and it's like, oh, he has even.
And he
It's
still
like,
looks
oh,
the exact same.
it's like, yeah, on top of looking the same, it's like, but now he's out trying to get a job, and you want him to go save the world from Aizen? Like,
It's like,
You know, kind of Ishida's father. Like, I kind of see where this man's coming from. I still love Ishida's father in Bleach. He's like, oh, you want to hunt hollows? Like, yes, father. How are you gonna make money? What? How do you plan to live doing this? I don't know. Well, then don't kill hollows. I just loved that reaction. You know,
the
he's
Soul
like,
Society is not going to pay you.
yeah,
No.
no. I just loved that reaction. Though. He's like, okay. How are you gonna make money? Stop hunting hollows. just stop. Just right there.
Like,
that was
maybe I could salvage their parts. They disappear after they die. Oh. Oh.
and also, who would buy a bunch of body parts from a disfigured spiritual being? They can't
Hey.
even see them.
Hey, if they can feel it, I'll
They
sell
can't-
them invisible stuff.
They can't see them. You can't sell them something they physically can't see.
Knocking on the door with an
Yeah,
invisible
what
arm.
do you-
Hey, ma'am, I got an arm for you. It's like,
No,
you just hear the door
no.
locking.
What you do, right? You get one of those fake hollow arms, the invisible one. You just run around and start upskirting women. And they're like, you? And you're just standing behind them. I was like, I'm not even in arm's reach. I'm not even in arm's length, ma'am.
There's just a floating camera following to that. Would be so fucking. I wonder if people would continue reading Bleach if that's how Ichigo made his money. Just...
It couldn't have been any worse than what Kaitubo has done. Or Tate Kubo. God, I can't pronounce his name. Did with the show during the 1,000-Year War arc. And the Fullbringer arc. And the fact is that the Rukia arc and the Orihime arc both started with a 2-man invasion kidnapping plan. Both those arcs started the exact same. Very weird.
And you're like, wait, am I reading the same thing?
Yeah, no, literally, it's like the first one. Renji and Byakuya come up, beat the shit out of Ichigo, and beat the shit out of Ishida, then take Rukia. When the Arankars come, they beat the shit out of Chad and Ichigo, and then take Orihime. They even really badly beat the same 2 people. Like, it's 2 different people, but it's 2 people. It's really weird. It's like, this did happen twice. They even severely hurt 2 people both times. And anyone wanting to defend the Aizen arc and say, well, they didn't kidnap Orihime then. No, but the returning attack, the only person who seriously got hurt again was pretty much Ichigo. So Ichigo and Chad got seriously hurt. And then they took Orihime. And if you want to count Rukia, she's not a character. She doesn't exist after she was saved. Fuck you and your white sword. I apologize. I have some feelings there. We're not going to continue.
All right, so I checked my notes briefly and didn't see anything else. Bites, is there anything else you want to talk about that happened that we may have missed? Because you did remind me of the one thing that I want to talk about. So
No, I don't know if I can really think of off the top of my head. So
I think we talked about damn near every scene now.
We pretty much talked about every core scene that popped up during it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple minor ones of like them shit talking the guy, but gonna be real, there was like this one brief moment where they talk about it for like 2 panels, and I skipped the bottom half of one of the panels because I'm like, yeah, I know you're just gonna continue railing on him. I get it.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. But that's the advantage about manga, you know, because it's really, you're not gonna skip 5-10 seconds in an anime, but you will skip half a panel. You know, like no to be disrespectful.
Because you can read the words and you could say idiot, moron. It's like, all right, I know what you're saying still.
You understand. You get the point of the panel. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay. And the panel's only usually like a few seconds. So if you miss a couple words, it doesn't kill you. And this isn't one of those ones where they have 2 paragraphs in a panel. God, I hate those mangas.
I got through the first
like,
10. I went back and reread a couple of them because I actually liked some of them. And I was like, all right. It was actually pretty good. It took me an hour with even rereading a couple of my stuff and taking notes, which is very light because we, again, 10. So it's like, eh. And then I read all of 11 in like, I think that took me like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it was just like Crocodile attacking Tiger and Tiger going, ah!
Then Snake, meeting a friend.
Then Snake continues to happen. And then they should talk Cheetah some more and being like, the only reason you exist is because of Tiger. It's like, so far, yes.
Yeah, so far. I mean, she did just charge 2 people by herself and expected them untransformed to get results. That was the weird part. She doesn't like transforming immediately. Very bad anime habit. Really needs to grow out of
that's
that one.
Pretty consistent too for everything too. It's annoying.
Yeah. It's a very
and the only one they ever tried to explain it for was Goku. Every other character, they don't even attempt to explain it. Like, nah.
Yeah. Nah, Goku's just a slow starter.
He likes to learn his opponent's tactics before going full power.
And then it's like Saitama would beat Goku, but that's a different conversation.
Saitama can beat anybody. He's the fucking...
Oh, I understand. Saitama has no limit. He will get stronger.
He's impossible to beat.
I understand. Well, he's not impossible. You just kill him immediately.
Like, you know who Saitama couldn't beat? Superman. Oh.
I mean, it depends. If Superman lets him, he will eventually outscale him. Or technically, they would just slowly be getting stronger than each other for all eternity.
Oh God, that's the worst. That's also the doomsday scenario.
Also the doomsday with the Goku arc, with the same thing could happen with Goku, where they both just infinitely keep getting stronger than each other. But because Saitama can scale infinitely. That's his power.
And now in Super Goku, so can Goku. He can also scale infinitely, so it's like, shit!
He can scale infinitely, and it's never ending.
Energy doesn't matter anymore. The character's ruined.
Has energy ever mattered?
Yes. Totally.
After Dragon Ball?
During... Well, I mean, remember the end of Vegeta fight, they're both exhausted, laying on the ground, dying. And Frieza fight... He even went so far as to even give some of his energy to Frieza. Because Frieza was dying and out of energy because he burnt all of it. That's... Yeah, then Cell, you still have a bit of it because Gohan's out of energy when he's about to kill Cell and he doesn't think he has enough to fight back against Cell. And then Goku's like, no, you gotta push. You gotta keep going. Because that's the one thing. That's the one thing I really like about Dragon Ball, like original Dragon Ball, is it's life energy that you're using. So when you can become really strong, but you're killing yourself as you do it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
They kind of threw that away in Super, where people can go from 0 to 100 like 2 times in a row.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, ah. The one time they make an effort to make the energy make sense is where Frieza gives Goku some of his energy as like, there, I repaid your debt. And Goku's like, cool, thanks Frieza, appreciate it.
I hate you.
And that was the one time, but he burns all that energy immediately, showing off Super Saiyan 3 in a JPEG. So it doesn't matter, and he gets it all back in like a minute because he has to fight again. So, man, if Super Paid cared any more about the energy, I think that show would actually be really good in some aspects. But they just bounce from 0 to 100 way too much. Hell, even in Goku Black, it bounced from 0 to 100. Oh, I'm losing, so I'm going to fuse. And yes, that does give you technically infinite energy, but for that period of time. But then it's like, but then you just kind of do the stupid thing of, look at me, I'm Jesus. It's like, God. Why'd you go there? That's like consistently the worst thing about it. Then Zeno just ends the problem. It's like, fucking, why even have this character? So, Killing Bites.
Killing Bites, overall, it's pretty good so far. I mean, it's a little darker than what you'd normally expect.
Oh yeah, totally. I did not expect.
It definitely takes a darker tone, but it doesn't fake you into it. It starts it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can get past the second panel and not think this is dark, you got a problem. Like, plain and simple. Like, you got a problem if you think that. I mean,
because it starts off really hard. I'm like, hey, if this isn't what you like, Don't keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Now's your time. Leave. This was a fake out, but it's gonna happen in the future. So like, leave now.
We are not messing with you.
You know
This is 100% what.
Give it credit.
You know, so it's fine, and that's fine because it is upfront about it.
Mhm.
You know, it's not going to try and deceive you into thinking it's something it's not. You know, again, my personal taste is they get way too heavy into the fan service. Again, that's personal. There's a point where you're just like, okay, enough, and they don't know that point. You know, but overall, it is a good read.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah, so overall, I'll probably give it about a 7. I think it is slightly above average. I don't know where it's
Really?
actually sitting in the rankings right now
Mhm.
for like Manga Rock. I haven't looked.
Maybe 6.8.
Actually, I could look.
I think I looked at Google and it was like a 6.8.
Well, no, Manga Rock is their own like ranking
Yeah.
where they rank everyone. Oh no, here it is. It is. It's ranked about 1,500. So that's pretty good actually. I was expected to be a little higher than that, like 25. I was thinking. Not bad. It has about over 1 million reads on Manga Rock. So.
Wow.
Huh. Yeah, I'll take that for what
I
it's worth.
actually, not gonna lie, this actually has me. I like this a lot for some reason. I don't know why. It has really good cliffhangers.
Mhm.
For instance, episode 10 with the seriousness of that cliffhanger was like, hey, maybe you should keep reading a chapter. And that's how I even messaged Ronnie because I was like, I know we didn't plan this, but maybe we should go like one more just so we don't end on that.
I was just kind of sitting at home. I was like, okay, I guess I could do a chapter. Like, okay. I was like, okay, I could do that. Just took care of it right there. Like, yep, okay, that's fine. Let me get this out the way. Just so I don't forget.
I super like this. I don't know why. I think it's the anthro, the seriousness, and a little bit of the shallowness I kind of like.
The extremeness of it. Because it's very extreme in both directions. It's very serious, then it's very off the wall. You know?
And it's very upfront about like, hey, nothing in this is like actually. So far, there's actually no consequence. We've actually, again, correct. They just showed the first time you see characters who are actually going to kill the main cast at least, is right now in 11. It's the first time we've actually been introduced to they're going to kill you. That's their whole intent is to kill you, not to disable you, not to maim you, or get you out of the fight. They are trying to kill you, and they want to kill you. This is the first time that's been shown up.
That is, yeah.
And that's what the evil... Well, I mean, Leo said he was going to kill you, but like the resilience of the hybrids was probably just him being pissed at the moment. Probably wasn't actually going to. Because though, yeah. So I don't know. I actually like this. I mean, I totally would continue reading this, and we'll ask. But one thing I definitely want to see is the fucking anime. I want to see how far they go and where they go to. Because oh boy,
like there
am I shocked Amazon's the one that picked this up.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I can't.
I love it.
You say that, and I still can't believe it because.
Oh, I love it so much.
Working for Amazon, they're just such a liberal fucking company. I just can't see it. There's just no way I don't see an upper brass member shutting it down. Oh no, I believe you. I just don't understand.
No, I wanna see the wiki.
Shut the fuck down, man. Like.
Oh, why is my thing not working? Oh, whatever. Firefox decided to crap out on me. Whatever, it's fine. So, yeah, I actually kind of want to read more of this. What do you think, Ronan?
Yeah, no, I can definitely do some more of this.
It's pretty short too. It's still running, 56 something. I think it was
50-something chapters. It's 50-something chapters right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of want to see how they do the longer or bigger fights. I kind of want to see them go into
I'm definitely curious to see how.
Because I'm curious to see like when they actually get, and we were starting to get the beginning of it with the DR. So far, it's been pretty much one shots, and they've been fine. Well, they're not exactly all one shots. I mean, Tiger is technically 2, but like most of them are over in a panel or 2.
They're all first. That's the thing. You know, that's the thing. They're all burst fights, and I've already said my opinion about those multiple times, so I'm not gonna open up that.
So far, the one good one has been the bear. Or I think we both were like, yeah, that's pretty fucking...
Like these ones haven't been bad. This show has done a good job at handling these.
Well, I
very
should say the
short
one
fights,
great one has been the bear. It's probably
you
the
know.
standout fight just because of
Yeah,
the comedic impact it
you
has, like the
you had
moment
all the
of.
you had all the backstory too leading up to it. It's like they built
Yeah.
him up with this big thing. He's a fucking bear, like this is a bear. Okay, this isn't like a porcupine stabbing a
Look at how
lion in
cool and
the
awesome
mouth.
this dude is.
He looks
Ugh.
awesome too. He does. Well, I mean, and then you got like the porcupine. And it's like trying to compare her to the honey badger, right? They turned around and they said, "Porcupine, when attacked by a lion, it'll leave pines all in his mouth for it to live
And
with the
make
rest
it
of
so
his
that the
life."
lion will refuse to attack. And will learn not to attack in the future. And then it's like. And then it immediately cuts to a panel like the moment after she gets back up of. Honey badgers are usually seen devouring porcupines, ignoring the pines. And it's like, it does do those pretty well, I'll give it that, actually. Because now that's two scenes that I remember. Both the porcupine and the bear. The bear was infinitely better, but, like, porcupine wasn't bad. Did give me a chuckle, I remember.
Like the porcupine wasn't bad. I just
You didn't like the intro?
I didn't like the intro to it. That just killed the whole thing for me. I didn't think it was bad.
When she could have totally just caught up to him in 100 different ways.
Yeah, she could have like walked up to him and stabbed him. He wasn't. But even like she said, why do you think I let him out here by himself? It's like, was to drag you people out to me. That's why he's here. Is for you to come and kill him, so I can kill you.
And he's like, I'd rather not be bait. That's cool.
He does actually.
It's like, oh, you're fine. I'm always going to be by you.
Yeah. I love how he said that exact word. He's like, I don't like being bait. It's fine, I'm here. That's not the point.
And he doesn't. I like how he says, "Can I not be bait anymore?" He says, "I don't like being bait." Not like I'm gonna stop being bait. He goes like, I'd rather not. Still gonna continue, but I'd rather
Do
not.
I have permission from you no longer to be used as bait? Because this is very dangerous. And you're the one who's a super-powered hybrid human honey badger from hell that terrifies me. And
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot to give him a
at the
rating.
same time.
I actually probably agree with Reddit as a 7 for right now. I'd like to see again. I want to see how it handles its bigger fights a bit before I like up its rating any farther. Because right now I like the comedy it's doing. I like the scenes. I really like the artwork. This is just kind of like that artwork that connects with me real well and is easy on my eyes. Because some manga I've seen and it just doesn't feel. But this one is totally like right on my alley.
I could introduce you to one where it just has like it's beautiful artwork, but it is
painful to read consistently.
It's like the reading's fine. Everything up until the fight. It's called IQ, and it's just the author is so obsessed with the shading that you just never know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, it's all black. Oh god.
It's not all black. It's like you can see it clear, but you have to like really look at the panel to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many different shades. It's not all black. Like there's a lot of shade. Just really, it's kind of just out of.
Because I actually looked after I got done reading this, I was like, I might actually want to pick up some art of this, so I might get like the panels because the artwork is actually super. Again, as we said, we were joking mostly on like the tail looks so fucking good, but no, really though, when he does the work. He fucking does the work.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, just looking at any of the hybrids when they're transformed, there's just such amazing detail. I mean, the tail was just... The tail's the one that just kind of stands out to you.
Because he does it multiple times, because he likes it.
It's such an outrageous scene, because it's just literally a giantly, extremely well-detailed thing covering up half a panel, It's like... But yeah, no, even like when you're looking at bear, whenever you're looking at bear transformed, or even like in chapter 1 when Leo first transforms in front of him.
Oh yeah,
and you see
he looks cool too.
There, he looks.
And they just have him completely ducked in shadow, so you don't really get a good idea of what he looks like. That's really good.
He was giant. He looked so massive. It had impact. Like it really just.
He was declaring himself, and he's roaring, and he's declaring himself the king of kings. It's like, that's pretty fucking cool.
He had the look of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made perfect sense right there. It all matched up. And it's like the detail he puts into it when they transform is very impressive.
Hell, I mean, even Hippo looks like a hip. He looks dumb when he's standing up, but when he gets down, you can see it. It works. When he gets down on all fours.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he does a great job with the detail, and I mean, the artwork is amazing. It is very impressive. You know, I mean, you could definitely.
Unfortunately, I could only find the manga in German, which was like, oh, okay.
What?
I know. I went on Amazon. I typed it in because I didn't look
dude,
very
just
hard. Granted,
download the
I
Manga
didn't
Rock
check.
app, dude. Just download
No,
the
no,
Manga
but I
Rock
did.
app.
I wanted like actual the art. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and
Like
I
a
was looking for that, and I was like, all right, so like, and I don't really know many manga things because the
Mm-hmm.
only manga I've ever really purchased was Tokyo Pop fucking Gundam
Mm-hmm.
and Dot Hack. So like that's the manga that I know of in Tokyo Pop does. It's like this tiny little book thing.
Yeah.
It's good, but like it's discount obviously. But I want like the full art pages and shit. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
get
get
what
that
you're
in
saying.
there. You only
Yeah,
get that in
no,
the
yeah,
manga,
yeah.
and I was like, oh man, I want some of
Yeah.
these. And I was like,
Yeah, I
damn,
get
can't
it.
find any art or shit. So I have to go on a Japanese website, buy it, ship it out. That's expensive. Not gonna do that now, but we'll do in the future probably. It'll
So
be
it's
on the
something I come
list.
back to.
Also, my God, am I so interested in seeing the fucking show? Damn, that's why I want to. That's one of the reasons that's pushing me to watch this so much because I want to see like,
Oh.
all right, how far did they go?
I can't believe that Amazon would let this happen.
I know it's great.
It blows my mind. Can't fathom it. I'm sorry. I've dealing with Amazon liberal shit. I've had to deal with so much shit at work because of it, and to see something like this get through, it's like, you guys now. What the fuck? It kind of pisses me off. Like
It was like done 2 years ago too. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is old fucking artwork too that we've watched so far. This is like 2012, I think, when
yeah.
this started.
Well, you see, the
Like
thing is,
2012,
when I look at artwork, it's usually bad. I personally feel like the scenes they put effort in are always better at the beginning because
Yeah.
that's when they're more passionate about it, so they do more little details. So I feel like with all these passion moments, you know, like the artworks are going to be way better right now. It'll be consistent, but the little details, you know what I mean, are just better at the beginning because they have
curious to see
more
about that.
passion, more of a spark.
Mhm.
I'm hoping I'm wrong because I'd like to see how much further.
Because there is a huge gap in the release dates of this. There's like a big gap. So I think maybe
is there,
he's
a
like
gap in the releases where something like he might have health issues or something.
yeah, or maybe he's just doing it whenever he feels like. I hope. What I hope it is so far is that like it's a fan. It's like not a fan project, but he likes doing it as a break, and he does it whenever he gets a concept or an idea for it. I
Yeah.
would hope, because I like those infinitely better than Z or Super, where it's like, all right, get the next. We need next
Have to
week.
be- have to
Next
be-
week, right next week, and it's like,
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, right? Like, well, that's
For
kind of the
instance,
problem.
of like, how much does Super drop
be
things?
passionate.
Remember that alien that just existed on the planet? They beat off that fucking model in the Gohan episode, that actor in the Gohan episode, and it just disappeared, even though it was attacking somebody. Remember that? It's just gone now, and they haven't brought it up. Yeah, well,
for that.
it's like fuck, a villain just disappeared.
It wasn't a good villain, let's be honest.
It wasn't, but like they made explicit effort to show that it got out and escaped again, and it's just like gone, disappeared. Fuck, guys.
But it wasn't a good villain, so it don't matter, and we both know this.
That's like if Cell just started regenerating or some shit from a Cell Jr. It's like then they cut to Boo and they forgot about Cell Jr.
Okay, I thought for a second you were gonna say Cell starts recovering from Cell like he did that.
It's like he starts recovering from a Cell Jr. He starts growing into Perfect Cell again over a long period of time. And it's just like they forgot about it. And then they get to Super one day and they just show up and he's just there on Goku's doorstep. It's like, hey. It's like, what? Cell, you're dead. Oh, no, I'm not Cell. I'm Cell Jr. What? Yeah, we were all Piccolo too. Oh, God.
No,
there was like 8 of you.
Lived, right? Goku didn't kill it. It lived. It just grew up into a normal cell. It's working at a drive-thru. It's just serving people at McDonald's, like just a normal life. And they find
and
it
everyone's already an anthro. They're just like, yeah, it's fine.
Gohan takes his daughter out to go eat, and there's just a cell there. You just look like,
what the fuck?
Is it?
All right, Renan. So you're the experienced one in Mega. So how far do you think we should go to? Go to this time.
Okay, I got one this time. Shit, this is
10 was pretty. 10 was super light and super easy to do in like an hour. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably do to like 25. Let's put it at 15 for now. It's a nice number. So it shouldn't be too bad.
25. Well, 25 would be
No, I'm saying 225, so it's 15.
yeah.
So we'll do
14 because
14,
we did 11. But yeah.
Yeah, we did 11. But we'll do the 25, and if we feel like we need to do more, we can. But I mean, we did this in 3 days.
I don't know if ASC is going to continue anytime soon because Poison's still kind of quiet right now.
We don't know about him. But, yeah.
Ruby season 6 still hasn't happened yet. If you're worried about the consistency, this may actually get uploaded, interrupting the current run. I don't know, because this one I'll probably edit tomorrow, honestly. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to see how that cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing right now with stuff happening. All right, one thing real quick before we leave. We did some more research after the episode ended. We talked about it for like 10 more minutes, and I dived into the video and the anime series and the manga, and we saw that the titles for episode 30 and chapter 30 and episode 12, I believe, matched up. So we're going to chapter 30 instead, and yeah, that's where we're gonna be. So thanks for watching. See y'all later.